it was something that I guess it wasn't until I started writing this down, trying to like explain why it was like that, that I realized like, oh, wait a second. It was only the girls' beds. It was, he didn't ever sleep in Toast or Scar's bed. It was always me, Mon, or Lily.
Like busy, and I was like, me busy? Like you and Fed were, you know, two peas in a pod all night. And he goes, oh yeah, like what's going on with you guys? And I was like, what do you mean what's going on? And the guy informed me that Fed told him that we were together when we weren't, and that he told the guy not to tell anyone, not to talk to anyone about it, not to talk to me about it, and that was
and so it goes. And then I end up poop socking it for 20 straight hours, and I'm like, why did I do this to myself? So we have a rule in our household of like no significant episodes, like no significant episodic content.
Do you poop sock it often? Is that like an?
I will poop sock if you know what poop socking is, right?
Yeah, I know poop sock. I'm just asking if you like that. Does that happen a lot?
We try not to. It happens less than it used to.
Okay, that's good. Less than it's okay. That's good. At least that's good.
I used to poop sock all the time because I used to play MMOs. Like EverQuest 1 was my favorite game, and we poop socked all the time. That was a regular occurrence. One time,
Devin, I gotta.
One time,
I gotta go, man.
I should have seen a bit of the signs where he did kind of push boundaries, or when I would ask him to not do something, there was always like pushback in terms of like he would take off his pants and just have, and then like, because it's like uncomfortable, or take off his jeans because it was uncomfortable, right? And then I was kind of like, put it back on, like you're not getting, like you're, that's not it, sort of thing. He's like, but it's uncomfortable. And it's like, so there's like pushback. So that was something that I didn't let him do that, but like the fact that there was like, I was trying to tell him no, and he kept giving this back and forth with me was very frustrating. And that happened a lot, not just like in terms of that, but just when, like, in a lot of things.
They said something to Fed and he got triggered, like, and he called me on stream crying, and he put me in a really hard situation because like he's like crying to me, and I'm like, hey Fed, I'm streaming. He goes, I know, keep streaming. And I'm like, what? And he's like, they make me feel like shit, yada 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 yada, right? And so I'm in this really awkward situation of having to comfort him, but also on the other side, OTP's like, please end the stream, please stop talking, please, like, and I'm just like, I felt so upset. So I just said, hey, please, can you, like, I have to go. You know, I forgot how I ended that, but I was in such an awkward situation in that point, and I was really mad at him for putting me in that situation, for seeing that I was on stream, calling me, putting me in that situation, and stuff like that, right? And he has a thing for going to run. Like, at the Just Friends house, like, we knew he would come to our house all the time, always in a bad mood, and it was always because it was like, oh, Fed's
Sean
over.
would never, like, if he was really upset or like livid about it and didn't give Fed the benefit of the doubt, he would just quit. And he would just never, like, he wouldn't care about that. But Fed said that it would be in his best interest to not be upset at him. And I was super upset hearing that, because Sean is so nice. Like, you did this to his girlfriend at the time, and like you're the one who should be asking for forgiveness. How could you say that? Sean is so fucking nice. And I'm trying to comfort him with, and he said, I was very upset. I remember when I was telling Toast, that was one of the things that I told him that upset me a lot. And he found out. And yeah, he didn't apologize to me.
Chat, it's time for the whole wheat world.
You guys know that most charities we were part of, they pay these streamers to do it, right? You guys can't be that fucking stupid. Don't take the money. I mean, you wouldn't know. The streamers that you watch that they do fucking charity days, they're pretty much all paid for it.
unreasonable how many people have been saying like, oh my gosh, they could have handled this privately. They all said that they did. Not one person, not two people. A whole house, an organization, and group of friends of people have said over and over and over again that they tried to handle it privately. They tried. And they're recognizing no change from this person that they care about, that they wish would care enough about them too to take accountability and be responsible moving forward, and they have not done that. And they have every right to express themselves however the fuck they want to, whether you like it or not. And you know what? I think the only reason you don't like it is because you're scared it will happen to you, because you're too much of a fucking bitch to ask someone for consent before you assume consent by touching
last day, it's morning and everyone's checking out. Me and Edison are running around picking up things that we like left, or just making sure everything was good before checkout. And we go downstairs, and so we said bye, a lot of people said bye. We go downstairs and like everyone is gone, including Fed, and like his guest is there, and she's like, can I get a ride? And I'm like, yeah, of course you can get a ride. And I'm like, why would you leave her here?
Looks like Kuno, because man, does he trigger people on LSF. And he's smart. He knows exactly what he's doing. And I think that's what makes him so funny. It's like, you get all these people pissed off. He's like, he knows what he's doing. And Sekuno just like, I don't know what you mean by that. And they're just losing their minds over it. And then he'll just drop a little sneak diss to like his haters that makes them realize, like, wait, no, he's talking about it. But most people are like, oh no, that's just Sekuno. I like Sekuno. He's funny. I see a lot of myself. He's like I would say he's kind of like me, but with huge self-esteem issues. And I mean that's a compliment.
But Toast was just like what's wrong? And kind of, was it, he guessed if it was Fed. And then he guessed like, and I even wasn't even gonna say it then. And I don't know if I would have ever said anything. But he asked if like Fed did anything to me. And I cracked. And I told him. And it was like a weight off of my shoulders because I haven't told anyone in offline TV yet. This was like months later too. Like months and months after it happened, because I was very scared that it would get out and that offline TV would just die. And I didn't want that. I didn't want something that involved me to be like the cause of that.
Apparently, like Kimmy, Fed was in Kimmy's room, like in the back house area, and like you could see me apparently. So apparently Fed saw me changing and stuff, and instead of like just looking away, he like notifies Kimmy that I'm changing, and then is like, she's changing, like what? Anyway, so, and then makes the point to like come over back to our place, my room, and like tell me that he saw me changing and stuff. And I don't know, maybe I've talked about this on stream, and like think about the way I shared it. I was like, ha, like Fed saw me changing, lol. Oh my god, just that's so funny, Fed, like, you know what I mean? The way we like, if you go back on so many of these like clips and stuff, the way we make excuses for it all and rephrase things. I have talked about this, right? Because I think I was just like, oh my god, Fed saw me changing, lol, Fed, you know, but it was weird. That's a weird thing. And
he messaged me today or last night, and this was when like everything was out already, you know, the statements were out. Iman like wrote her statement or explained her statement and everything, and he wrote me a message, and at the end he said, I'm so sorry. And I don't think he has anything to gain from that, especially when everything is out already. So I believe that like he's, even if I don't know if he's gonna be a better person in the future, and I can't see the future, but I feel like he'll at least make the effort, so avoid like harassing or hating him hating on him if possible. There's already a lot of bad comments and hateful stuff out there. I don't think any more will help him change for the better.